Hey everyone, Tech OG here, representing those who are 40 and up who love their tech. And this video is going to be a topic video. So I got a topic that I want to discuss that's been on my mind for a while, but heavily on my mind for a couple of weeks. And the topic is, what's the future of rooting and jailbreaking? I mean, when they came into the scene years ago, where you were able to, or hackers, went into these phones and saw some exploits or saw some holes in the security that allowed them to manipulate the phone to do things that the phone companies did not want you to use the phones for. So with rooting, this right here is a rooted Note 4. So you can change up logos, you can add particular tweaks to your phone, such as outdoor mode. And with outdoor mode, if you touch it, makes your phone super bright for outside reading. That right there is one of the coolest things I've ever seen on a phone. You cannot do that with a stock Android phone. You can maximize your brightness, but it will not get that bright with the outdoor mode. And from what I've read from an article this morning, that particular tweak is hidden in this phone. So if you root a S9, for example, you would be able to get outdoor mode on this phone. So like I said, this one's rooted, so that's why you're able to get it right here. So with root, like I said, you can do a lot of cool things, and rooting is, again, similar to jailbreaking on an iPhone. On an iPhone with jailbreaking, you can change the icons, you can change things in your status bar, you can change a lot of things, you can add gestures to your phone. It was just so much you can do with a jailbroken iPhone. And that's why before jumping ship to Android, I've had iPhones. I had pretty much every iPhone since the first one made, and I jailbroke every iPhone I've had, all the way up to the 6, and traded in the 6 to get this. Actually, I didn't trade my iPhone 6 for the S9. I traded in my iPhone 6 for the iPhone 7, and then I sold the 7 and ended up buying myself the S9. So I got the S9 cash. But anyway, long story short, with newer phones such as the S9, this right here cannot be rooted. It cannot, and I repeat, cannot be rooted, because phone companies have blocked the bootloader. And the bootloader is basically an item that you need, or something that you need to root your phone. But phone companies, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, they blocked or locked the bootloader, so you cannot root this phone no matter how hard you try. So even though you can't root it, there are some apps and things that are in the Google Play Store that will allow you to do certain things that you can do on a rooted phone. Now, the outdoor mode you can't do right now. I've already tried it, can't do it, doesn't work. Your phone has to be rooted. But there are some things that are in the Google Play Store that you can use on your phone. For example, the app called, let's see if I can focus, there we go, Substratum. With Substratum, you can theme your phone a little bit more than you normally could, and you can theme even third-party applications. So let's say put on the beta, the Samsung One UI beta, there's dark mode where you can darken certain stock apps. That was a stock app. Here's a stock app. So for example, your phone app, you can darken this so you can see it's all dark and everything. Without dark mode, this will be all white. So with dark mode, that will save on battery power and things like that. But with Substratum and Andromeda, you need Andromeda as well, you can even, quote unquote, darken third-party applications such as Google's Chrome. And I'll show you how that works in a minute. But because of the certain things that are in the Google Play Store and the customization that you already get out the box with Android, because it is open source, rooting just doesn't seem like something that you would want to do on your phone, because again, with the all the different tweaks and stuff that you can do. I mean, if you want to get rid of bloatware and things like that, I can understand that. But there's just really nothing that is making me want to have a rooted phone. Now, 5 years ago, heck yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you were locked into Samsung or Apple and what they would dish out for you to use on your phone. To jailbreak a root would allow you to do more and to get more and allow hackers and other people, other developers that know about making apps to make something for your phone that you cannot and won't get for your device. And, you know, being in stock. But, you know, it's funny about, you know, people making apps and stuff. With every update that Apple has made for their phones, and the updates were made to kill the jailbreak or the exploit that was found in the iOS that allows someone to jailbreak. With all the new features that they've introduced on the phone, half of those features, or probably I would say most of the features, were discovered by people with a jailbroken phone. So for like I said, for example, dimming your phone even more, or having the orange tint at night, those are done by jailbreakers, and Apple has included that in their newest phones with their newest features. So like I said, there's a lot of features that were discovered and made by jailbreakers that Apple has implemented into their phone to quote unquote stop you from jailbreaking. So they're like, okay, we want y'all to stop jailbreaking, so how about we just add those features to our phone so that you'll stop? And particularly, people have. There's a lot less people jailbreaking, and there's definitely a lot more less people rooting their Android phones. So the future of jailbreaking and rooting, in my opinion, it is dying down. I mean, even though I'm still for it, I'm not doing it right now, but I'm still for the community and people that are still, you know, holding the torch. Because, like I said, having this, you know, and being able to use this and using features and things that are from a root on this phone already, it's just cool. So I came across this article today, actually. And the headline is, Cydia's App Store for jailbroken iPhones shuts down purchases. Now that right there is like a gut punch. A gut punch. And today's the 16th, so this was written yesterday. And basically this article is saying that the creator of Cydia, which is the jailbroken app store for jailbroken phones, where you can buy particular quick tweaks or get a lot of tweaks and things for free in that store. The creator has shut down purchases, and I purchased a ton of different things from Cydia for my iPhones, and I can still access them and the stuff because, you know, they're purchased, and once you purchase them, you can use them for any future iPhone that you have if it's compatible. But he shut them all down, and this right here just basically, in my opinion, a sign that jailbreaking is dying. You're seeing a lot more people, you know, buying iPhones, and, you know, there are some videos on jailbreaking on YouTube, but it's getting harder and harder to jailbreak because Apple, even though they have some smart people out there, and there's some smart hackers out there that are smarter than the people at Apple, they're shutting down the exploits quicker and quicker with new updates. Like I said, they come out pretty much every other day, every week, or whatever. So they're shutting down the exploits to jailbreak. But if you have an iOS that is jailbreakable, then you keep it at that iOS and you don't update your phone so that you can keep that particular firmware so that you're able to jailbreak and have your jailbreak features. However, again, as I told you before, Apple updates their phones and adds new features so that it will try to pry you away from jailbreaking. So, like I said, with this right here, this is a major blow, in my personal opinion, to the jailbreak community. Even though people can still make tweaks and stuff and, you know, dish them out for free or find their own way of getting people to pay for them. But in my opinion, like I said, this right here is a major blow to jailbreaking in general. So in my opinion, jailbreaking is dying. I was, before even getting the S9, thinking about getting an iPhone that, a newer iPhone that I'm able to jailbreak. I've thought about getting the iPhone 10, but, kept telling myself, don't get it. There's not a lot of apps out there, not a lot of tweaks that would entice me to getting that phone. I just said to myself, stick with the S9 because this does everything that I wanted to do. Plus has a headphone jack. And that's that. Now, I still use an iPhone, and I use it, like I said, to power my MIDI controllers when I'm playing live gigs. And what I mean by MIDI controller, those are these keyboards over here. So, like I said, in my opinion, jailbreaking and rooting, they're becoming a thing of the past. And even with an Android phone, I mean, when you have a jailbroken iPhone, you can, quote unquote, test apps out to see how they work on your phone before purchasing them. With Android, you can find a boatload of apps everywhere. You don't have to necessarily go into the Google Play Store. There's apps everywhere. If you're diligent in looking, you will find apps everywhere on the internet for your Android phone. So, like I said, knowing about the closing of Cydia's purchases, that's just, like I said, a blow. And he's closing it, and from what I read in the article, he was planning on closing it at the end of 2018. And the reason why he's closing it is because of cost. Cost of bandwidth, people using the site back and forth and everything. A lot less people are using it. And so he still has to pay the same amount of cost per month or whatever for his bandwidth, but with less people using it, it was, costing him a lot. Even though he made a ton of money. He made a ton. Over $1 million, could you not, from his jailbroken store. But he's looking at his bank account and he's saying to himself, yo, I need to keep my money for myself. I don't want to keep putting it into Cydia where people are not using bandwidth to download this or buy that. So he's like, forget it, shut down the purchases. I don't blame him. So, Jay Freeman, go ahead, live your life, have fun, find another project to do. But again, I think the jailbreak community is still going to be strong, whatnot, for the people that are still jailbreaking and whatnot, and for the people that are still rooting, for those who still got your no fours that are rooted. I know that you are, die hard and you won't change, but the community is getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So that's just my opinion about jailbreaking and rooting. It's dying, and I say it's going to be dead within probably 2 to 3 years. Okay, I wouldn't say completely dead, but dead enough where, even the small community that still supports it, you're not going to find a whole lot of support from people such as Jay Freeman and others that create things for rooted and jailbroken phones. So like I said, within 2 to 3 years, the support is going to be really, really low, and it's going to die out. It's just going to die down all by itself. So tell me what you think about the topic of jailbreaking and rooting dying. Do you still think that it still has a chance even in 2 or 3 years? Do you think there's going to be a new wave of hackers that's going to do some wonders with the operating systems or with the firmwares that will make you want to root again or jailbreak again? If you think that's going to happen, leave me your comments. Tell me what you think. But me particularly, it's dead. It's dead. I'm done. I'm done trying to fight it, the good fight. I fought it for years, but I'm just happy with, even though it's not rooted, I'm just happy with the phone that I have right now. So, if you like the video and like the information, definitely leave a thumbs up down below. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And tell your friends about my channel. And I hope to see you in my next video.